Hello, CZ Lumen here, and this is StarCraft 2. This is just an announcer test video for myself. I'm going to be recording this and posting it on my YouTube. I think the sound is a little loud. Let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and be on the safe side, and we're going to reduce master volume a little bit. We're going to reduce that a little bit, and that's basically going to be my testing. Sounds pretty good in my headset. I can hear it pretty well. This is just a game of me playing as the Zerg characters over here versus the Protoss army. This is a game called StarCraft 2. It's a game that I've always wanted to be good at but never really dedicated a whole lot of time to, as well as kind of wanted to announce. I've seen people play as pretty good announcers. They're fun to watch, and these games can be rather challenging, especially the team games in my opinion. So my strategy here is I'm going to build up the tech as fast as possible in order to secure and produce air units and basically play against this hard AI unit and kind of abuse some of the AI strategies or incapabilities of handling that threat and dynamically like adapting to that challenge. So I'm going to fast forward here just a little bit. Protoss here have probes. They basically go back and forth ferrying minerals in order to let them purchase additional buildings and units. As we see here, I don't have any kind of army going on yet because everything is going to rushing air units fast as possible. So Protoss here, they're building up. Hard and very hard AI is really good at just beefing up their economy and then just pumping out units and a massive army pretty well. This AI in particular is going for a balanced build. No rush, no cheese, nothing too crazy. Basically, they'll build up a pretty good regular army, continue up the tech tree, and then just like progressively get harder and harder as the game goes on. Which is great because if you're a player, you basically start off with kind of the same thing. You build up a fairly balanced army, you go against a balanced army, you build up the tech tree, and your goal overall is to out macro the opposition. And so, like right now, let's see, where is it? Let's look at the units tab. Harvesters wise, we're about neck and neck, and that's only because I've actually been copying what the hard AI does, and that's what's called oversaturation of minerals. Each one of these mineral patches can handle 2 probes, and the mineral patches are divided into high minerals and low minerals. High minerals basically have double what low minerals have. So initially you start harvesting all the minerals, but the low mineral fields basically run out of resources and forces you to expand. Here we go. Up here, I have flyer units basically being pumped out as we speak. Got some mutalisks here. These guys, I mean, they're paper thin. The advantage is that they can regenerate health really quickly when they're not in combat. So I'm going to come in here, I'm going to harass. My goal is to knock out as many probes as possible without losing as many air units as possible. So knocking out their anti-air, doing a good job here, focusing down those units, and then we have more coming in. I thought there was a larger army here. We can actually see what the map looks like to me. And then I realized, oh, I'm being attacked, so I need to go back and defend here. I tried expanding, I got greedy, was not a good idea, and tried to slow them down as much as possible. I threw my Zerglings at them and lost everything. Like, this small army just knocked me out, and I didn't have much of a defense. I have a spine crawler here, but once my air units came in here, mopped them up pretty well, and that was it. I should have moved my queen over. A couple of things I should have done, but didn't. I now have more mutalisks. Harvesters were neck and neck again. I basically gave them a setback, and I honestly thought like they had a second base here. I was wrong. So we're gonna look at everything. They're expanding. I don't know why it does that sometimes. There we go. Here we go. Flying right across that. And I think it's like, oh, I wonder if I can get these guys for free. and so far, doing all right. So I figure if I can knock out the anti-air, if this is what they have in the army, I can basically freely harass. And they got Protoss cannons too deep into their territory, which doesn't help them at all. Normally, players will put Protoss cannons all along to protect their workers, and so it's an AI. I get to abuse that. And I think that yesterday was the first time I actually defeated a very hard AI, which requires a bit of micro, a lot of macro. I felt pretty proud of myself in that, so let's see. Again, here's the AI building up a pretty balanced force. Nothing crazy. And I am basically trying to get my wits about myself. Over here, base building real quick, and then harassing. And I'm going to get the AI to basically go back and forth, trying to defend one thing after another. Because it's a long walk around, I can sit here and I can harass this, which basically gets their army to move out. I could have gotten away attacking that and then fleeing. I didn't, because I thought the whole army was going to be there and I didn't want to risk losing anything. So now we're going to see me picking apart the AI economy, and I honestly thought the AI was just wiping the floor with me. With this, like, a second base right here, building up probes and just, like, out harvesting me. So I'm almost in, I don't want to say panic mode, but I'm really struggling to try to get as many actions in there as possible and knock out its economy and, like, get it to waste as much resources dealing with me as I try to build up. Now, my spending is terrible. If you know anything about this, like, I should be buying Zerglings or building up after this, but I'm not. I'm focusing on this. This is what's called micromanagement. Macroing is basically building up after this. So here we go. Coming in. Now they're at 16 harvesters, 14. I'm doing a lot better than I thought I was. Here we go. Continue the harassment. Not doing too bad. Like I said, I did not, like, right now, if I had known the Protoss, like, was running out of resources, like, they literally, like, this is it. It takes 50 resources to build a probe or a harvester, and had I known, like, this is all they had, I would have pressed the attack a little bit more. And we can see, like, this is it. This is all this computer has to defend itself. And I get to the point where it's down to one harvester, and had I just, like, swung over here and killed that one unit or these two units, that would have been it. That would have been game over, but I didn't. So it's up to 3. I'm waiting. I figure, like, there's an army being amassed here. I'm trying to figure out how to base build, basically. I'm just a total noob at this. And I'm expecting a massive army coming in. So I come in, I see this, I'm like, yep, that's half the army. I'm in trouble. I need to come in here, I need to harass, continue to make it spend more resources than I am. Up here, my units lost is doing pretty good. I've only lost 1,300 resources, and they've lost almost 5,000. So my ratio is looking pretty good right now. There it is. I take this opportunity, now that I know that they have Blink, come over here, and I think this is it. One harvester left. I push it as much as I can get away with. I don't know where that harvester is. I don't know that there's only one harvester left. I thought there was, like I said, 16 or so over here. But this economy, if I can just get rid of, like, that one probe, that'll be it. It's not even building right now, so this is it. They only have 30, and they're trying to build up in order to build another probe. Okay, here we have 2 harvesters. What did I do? Okay, so I actually retreat, thinking that there was an attack coming. I'm going to fast forward just a little. Oh, no. Realizing that there's not. So I believed that was the army. That army was about to, like, march on my doorstep. Whee! Look at him fly! Look at him fly! So yeah, building up behind this, trying to amass as much of a force as possible. These guys are coming up, and I think that, okay, here it is. Like, I was getting ready to accept defeat here. It's like, this is probably going to be a much bigger force than this. But I was wrong. I mean, if this is all I have at my base, I don't have anything to really defend with. So here we go. Mutalisks come in. I'm able to clean this up pretty nicely. And I can be sloppy. I could just do an attack move, and I'm doing okay. Lost my queen. Horrible base management skills going on right here. I should have had queens doing injects. My injects are doing terrible. Should have moved that spine crawler. Whole lot of criticism against myself. And so, flying down, I'm basically hoping like, okay, hopefully this is enough to fight whatever army is down here. And let's see what I can do. And this is where I get my surprise. So I'm building up, getting ready, and nothing. Like, nothing's going on. I'm like, oh, this is weird. So I attack this. I'm like, okay, well, let's do as much damage as I can before the army comes back. These pylons are supply lines. It provides power for the buildings. If I knock that out, and again, no resistance aside from the cannons. So I'm like, all right, this is weird. And that's GG. Computer calls GG to be like, hey, nope, you won. I'm like, really? That's it? Like I said, I thought there was like 2 bases behind this. I'm so used to the hard AI, or the very hard AI just expanding like endlessly. But nope, that's it. Good game. Thanks for watching.